I heartily welcome all of you to this webinar, the second day of the webinar, which is being conducted by the Ramakrishna Vedanta Centre of UK. So we had the privilege of listening to three monks on three different themes yesterday. And as all of you know, we celebrated the 125th anniversary of the Foundation of Ramakrishna Mission. So to commemorate that event, we decided to invite 9 Swamis who are excellent speakers representing the all the different continents. Since ours is a global organization and being a non-sectarian, non-political, spiritual organization, which though we are conducting humanitarian activities inspired by the ideals of renunciation and service, are trying to see the living God in them. Yet we serve everybody without any distinction of caste, creed, religion, or race. So many of the centers outside of India, of course, compared to the centers in India which do this humanitarian service, many of the centers outside may not be so active in the social service field, though yesterday we saw how South Africa is doing wonderful work. And moreover, this is the 125th anniversary of the foundation of the mission. Though MUT and mission are separate legal entities, legal and financially separate, they are closely interrelated. And most of the Western centers are MUT centers, but still we consider ourselves as part of the Ramakrishna movement in general. So the main function in the Western centers about which we are going to hear today, not only Western, other than outside India is a better word. Now there's no East or West, it's all global society. Yeah. So I would prefer to call outside India. So all the different continents, South America will be represented by Swami Atmajnananda, who has gone there recently. But of course, he has traveled there before, isn't it? You have traveled there before.
No, Swami, no. I came here for the first time.
First time. Okay. Anyway, you must have learned enough about South America and our centers and our movement. So we decided to hear from you. Yesterday, as I told you, the Swami spoke on South Africa. Today, we have North America and South America, which will cover many centers. So without spending much time, we would like to hear to you. I just would like to mention that Ramakrishna Vedanta Centre will be completing 75 years next year. So I think we decided to hold this seminar, being a global organization, Ramakrishna Movement, to celebrate its 125th anniversary in different parts of the world, and how the movement is unfolding itself. We wanted to know from the monks who are serving in those countries, different ethnicities, different nationalities, different cultures. It's a very, very difficult job to adjust, especially when you change from one center to another. So it's a challenging. There are a lot of challenges and there are a lot of opportunities as well to spread the movement. And unlike the history of a movement, I prefer to call it a story, because story of the Ramakrishna movement, because history is about incidents, about the activities, external activities, and there's some kind of quantification of the activities, which we are not very keen. Our quality is more important, and it is an unfoldment of certain ideas which Sri Ramakrishna lived, and the ideas of Vedanta as lived by Sri Ramakrishna and as spread all over the world by Swami Vivekananda and his brother disciples, as also the other monks in that who succeeded them. So our aim is to give a bird's eye view of how the movement, how this Ramakrishna movement, Ramakrishna Mission unfolded in these continents to create a truly global movement with eternal and universal values, which were practiced and preached by its founders over the last 125 years. So now we all know how Swami Vivekananda, in fact, I was surprised to know that the first center of the Ramakrishna movement, may not be mission, was started in New York, even before Belur Math Association, 1897, 1st May 1897. In 1894, there was a center which Swami Vivekananda started in New York. So it's a it's more than 125 years that this movement has been spreading all over the world. And Swami Vivekananda, when he started the Vedanta movement in the West, after 125 years, we have to recollect his famous words. Maybe a year before his Mahasamadhi, he said, I have given them enough for 1500 years. I mean, not only the West, but the entire world. So we all know Swami Vivekananda taught in America, especially North America and Europe during his 2 visits to the West, and spending a total of 5 years in both Europe as well as America. He spent more time in America, of course. But 4 of his other disciples, it's very you should note that Swami Shardananda to begin with, then Abhedananda, who lived for a very long time, Swami Turiyananda and Trigunatitananda came to the West for varying periods. So we know that. And the Vedanta Society of San Francisco was also established as early as in 1900. So now we will request Swami Atmajnananda, I'll just give a brief introduction as he has sent it. He is very humble. He has given very brief introduction. He has many qualities and other things, but I'll restrict to what he has sent. So his topic, of course, he'll be speaking on Ramakrishna Movement in South America. So he joined the order at our Sharda Peeth Center, an educational institution, which is very near Belur Math, in 1988. Under most revered Smarnanandji Maharaj, who is the present president of our order, who was then the secretary of Sharda Peeth. So he graduated from Bangalore University, and after the training center, I was fortunate to be with him. We were together in the training center. He was posted to Ramakrishna Math at Bengaluru, and then to Ramakrishna Ashram Mysore Center in 1988. After sannyasa, he took
1998, Swami.
No, 88 you were posted to Mysore.
Joined. No, 98.
Oh, sorry, yes. Here it is, there's a typo mistake. Anyway, 1998, yes. After sannyasa, he looked after he was taking care of the publication work there. And he was also the editor of a Kannada monthly known as Vivek Prabha for nearly 3 years. And then he was posted to Advaita Ashrama, Kolkata, for publication work and was the manager of Advaita Ashrama. He was then posted as the personal secretary of revered Swami Gautamananji in 2011. And he has traveled mostly with Swami Gautamanji Maharaj to US, UK, South Africa, and many centers in India with Swami Gautamanji. So he has a wide exposure, he knows so many things about the movement, has personal experience about all these centers. In 2016, he was made the Adhyaksha of Sri Ramakrishna Ashrama Mysuru, and in 2019, the secretary of Ramakrishna Mission Ashrama in Chandigarh. He is now posted as minister in charge of Rio de Janeiro Center in Brazil in 2021 and has taken charge of it from 1st January 2022. So now we would request, there are other centers in Brazil as well, and the Argentina, which was started even before Brazil. So I would now request Swami Atmajnananda to give us a bird's eye view of how the activities, the Ramakrishna movement unfolded in South America. Over to Swami Atmajnananda.
Pranams, my devoted pranams to Swami Sarvasthananji for giving a beautiful introduction and giving us the idea about today's topic. I'm really thankful to you, Swamiji, for including me in this global meet that you have organized. It just shows your capacity to rope in Swamis from all corners of the world. So this is something remarkable. This shows the spread of the Ramakrishna movement, the Vedanta, Neo Vedanta, as we call it, as interpreted and lived by Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, and Holy Mother. So I'm very happy to be participating in this, and am grateful to you for inviting me. I offer my pranams to all the other Swamis who have participated, who will be participating tomorrow also. It's a 3-day event. It must have been a rich experience for the listeners as well. So I convey my best wishes to the people who are seeing this uh, talk and who will be seeing it later on YouTube whenever they get time. So, bom dia from Brazil, from Rio de Janeiro. That's good morning. So, I'm new to this place, as Swami Sarvasthananji has told me. I joined Rio. I came to Sao Paulo, Brazil, in November from Chandigarh. So it's just 4 months. It would have been appropriate for Swami Atmajnananda, who's been here for more than 25 years, to speak, but he is recovering from 2 cataract surgeries. And so it is okay. I've spoken to him, taken his permission, and he has given me a lot of information. So I've collected a lot of information about the work that is happening in South America, or Latin America, as it is called. So very interesting details are there. It is something mysterious, the way the uh, mission is spreading, the way the mission has started in this part of the globe, so far away from India. Most of the people here have never visited India, have vague ideas about India as it was spread by the Christian missionaries and people who distorted the spiritual message of India. You know, that it was a land of snake charmers, that they burned their widows and all sorts of things, as it was when Swami Vivekananda went to the West for the first time in US. So there were a lot of misconceptions about India, about Vedanta, that about Hinduism. And so it is very surprising. It is something wonderful that the Neo Vedanta or Ramakrishna Vivekananda thought is percolating into this part of the world. So very interestingly, the movement started first in Brazil in 1909, just after the Parliament of Religions happened in Chicago. The repercussions of Swami Vivekananda's popularity in the US, the reports that came out in the newspapers in the US, all that had its effect even in South America, though it's so far away. People were interested that there was somebody who could project a different view of religion, of spirituality, somebody who could present something which is higher than the Christianity that they knew. So this, we don't know for sure if there were some people who participated in the Parliament of Religions from South America or Brazil or Argentina. But by 1909, there was one person who came to Brazil in 1880. And then his name is Livaria do Antonio Olivio Rodrigues. Okay, so this man was a Portuguese person, and then he came to Brazil in 1880, and then he started organization, an esoteric organization which was interested in spiritual matters, in mysticism and all these things connected to religion. And he started an organization called Levaria do Circulo Esoterico in Sao Paulo, which is still there even today. There's a beautiful church. I have been to that place, and on the wall you will find a beautiful relief picture of Swami Vivekananda. So he had 4 people as patrons of this organization, and Swami Vivekananda was one of them. He had another Portuguese person and 2 of his friends who were popular in Brazil in that time, and Swami Vivekananda was there, and I was so thrilled to see the bust of Swami Vivekananda adorning the wall there. It's there even now. So the organization continued for some time. They used to have lectures, they used to have meetings, discuss various themes on religion and astrology and other things. Now it's almost defunct, but still functioning. So this was the first start of interest in Oriental thought and Vedanta, yoga, etc. So then, in the meantime, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and Raja Yoga got translated into Spanish and was circulated, widely circulated in Argentina and Brazil. It was available in both these places by 1911. So early as 1911, somebody did the translations of the Gospel and Raja Yoga, and people got more interested in this. And by 1932, a group of students from Argentina, they visited Belur Math. They went all the way up to Belur Math, met Swami Shivananji Maharaj, Mahapurush Maharaj, and requested that he depute a Swami to Argentina to help them lead a spiritual life and to realize God. So this was something remarkable. Mahapurush Maharaj was deeply impressed, and he could probably see the role of the Ramakrishna movement in these parts. And he assigned Swami Vijayanandaji Maharaj, who was also called as Pashupati Maharaj, to go to Argentina. Interestingly, there were two delegations which came to meet Swami Shivananji Maharaj. One was this delegation from Argentina, a group of students which went there. And then there was another delegation which came from South Africa to meet Swami Shivananji. And then they also had a request of the same time. And then Swami Nishreshanji was deputed to South Africa to go to spread the Vedanta movement in South Africa, whereas Vijayananji was asked to come to Argentina. Vijayananji was a wonderful person, a disciple of Swami Brahmananji, and had the privilege of seeing Holy Mother, of being blessed by Holy Mother also. So he was a engineer, chemical engineer. If you have read the reminiscences of Swami Vijayananji about Brahmananji, you get the details about how he came to Swami Brahmananda, how he was influenced, deeply influenced by the spiritual powers of Raja Maharaj. And then when Swami Vijayananji Pashupati Maharaj was asked to come to South Africa, South America, he was reluctant, in the sense he did not want to come out of India. He did not want to leave the company of the direct disciples who were still living there, especially Mahapurush Maharaj, Kokha Maharaj, and all these people who were there in Belur Math at that time. He was deeply attached to Mahapurush Maharaj and the spiritual culture of Belur Math in India. And then he was hesitant to come away from India. And then Master Mahashaya came to know about this, that he was not willing to go to South America, and then he called him to meet him. And the Master Mahashaya rebuked Swami Vijayananji Pashupati Maharaj, saying, "You appear to be a coward. You claim to be a soldier of Swami Vivekananda, and now you are refusing to go to South America when you have been assigned the duty. So you should go and work for Swamiji and help spread the message of Ramakrishna Vivekananda." So Pashupati Maharaj told him that he does not want to leave Mahapurush Maharaj and go. And then Master Mahashaya came back even more harshly. He said, "Then that is more selfish. I thought you were only a coward. You seem to be more selfish also. So you should give up this selfishness, go and work for the order." And this was the wonderful idea with which Pashupati Maharaj came, with this zeal and enthusiasm, blessed by Mahapurush Maharaj. And of course, we do know very certainly that Raja Maharaj had given him some spiritual powers. I mean, all the disciples of Raja Maharaj were great in themselves, and Vijayananji also had received some definite specific powers from Raja Maharaj before he came here, or he had been blessed by Raja Maharaj. And it was very evident in the personality of Swami Vijayananji. He was a very powerful, speaker. He could see his disciples, he could understand, he could recognize them even on the first meeting, and then call somebody and say, come, take initiation from me, you are my disciple. This was his power. And then he was a very powerful speaker. People were deeply influenced by him. He learned the Spanish language very quickly and could give fiery speeches. And then in Buenos Aires, the place where we have the center in Argentina, the center started, and people started coming to him, people started getting inspired. And so the movement started first in Argentina in a very solid way through Vijayananji Maharaj. And later on, when the news of Swami Vijayananji's success in Argentina started spreading, so by 1932, a group of students from Brazil, Rio de Janeiro specifically, they invited Swami Vijayananji to come to Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro was the capital of Brazil in that time, at that time. And Brazil, incidentally, is the biggest country in South America, the largest country in South America, and has a population which is a little more than the population of Uttar Pradesh in India. So it's a huge country, and a lot of the land is occupied by the Amazon forests, one of the most beautiful countries, very rich in biodiversity, abundant in resources. And as you all know, Rio de Janeiro is one of the most sought after tourist places in the world. You find places of attraction in different parts of the world, maybe the sea, the beach, or mountains and the forests, or something like that. But in Rio, you have all three at a time in one place. You have extensive sea beaches, one of the most beautiful, and then you have mountains, and then you have forests within the city. So it is such a beautiful place. It's something like heaven on earth. So people flock to this place. Tourists come in multitudes to see the beauty of Rio. It's very well developed. Though it's a third world country, Brazil itself is a third world country. Argentina, at one time, by the 1940s, was one of the most financially strong economies. It was in the top 10 at that time. Even Brazil was doing very well. But then later on, due to the colonization of the Portuguese and taking away of all the resources and all that, it is a third world country now. It is a developing country, as in India's case. So in 1932, a group of Argentinian students requested the Swami from Belur Math, and only in 1957, Vijayananji came to Brazil for the first time. He came to Brazil for the first time, to Rio, and then started visiting Rio every year for maybe 1 month or 2 months. And then he started splitting his time between Rio and Sao Paulo. In another 2 years, devotees from Sao Paulo started inviting him. And then he started going there for about a month, and then talking to people, staying there, giving talks, initiating people. So Vijayananji Maharaj created a wonderful base, both in Argentina, of course, it was established already in Argentina, and in Brazil for the spread of the movement. It was directly because of his influence, his powerful personality, that people started coming, people stuck to him together. And then by the time he became old, in 1968, he had been to Belur Math, Swami Vijayananji, and then brought along with him a Swami Paratparananji, as his assistant. So Paratparanji was there, and then Vijayananji Maharaj passed away in 1973. Unfortunately, after the passing away of Swami Vijayananji, a few of us, specifically maybe 1 or 2 of the brahmacharis who were there with him, who were his own disciples, they somehow could not accept the new Swami and said, we don't need somebody from India to come and then direct us. So there was a split. in the movement in Rio at that time. And Pashupati Maharaj was, this Parat Paranji Maharaj was a wonderful person, very good sadhu, very timid and soft spoken. And he did not want to go into all the legal issues of the split and all that. And then he said, you take away all this land or whatever it is. And then he moved over to another place, which was supported by just 4 staunch devotees. They came to support him. They started having meetings in apartments. Of course, the center in Argentina was going on well, but the split happened in Rio de Janeiro. So we lost a beautiful property, and that thing is still going on. That those people have passed away, but then his disciples and others, they have mixed Vedanta with various other things, as it usually happens, but it's still functioning somewhere in its own way in Rio. So here, this small group was there in Rio and in Sao Paulo. The group was there, and Parat Paranji Maharaj around him. This group started growing, and Parat Paranji was also a wonderful person. And then he used to invite so many Swamis to come and speak to these people. So under his influence, and because of the influence of these Swamis who came from outside South America, like Swami Bhaskaranji has come, Ritajananji used to come from Graz, Swami Chetananji has come here, and then Pareshananji from Argentina has been visiting now, who replaced Bharat Paranji later on. So all these people have been inspiring the local devotees with Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta thought. And the literature was also translated in those days, early days. The gospel was translated, and the 4 yogas were translated in Spanish, but the translations were not very good in those days. And now Sao Paulo Center, since it's very well established, they have taken up this publication work, and they are redoing all the publication work in a very nice and clean way. So all these Swamis, Prabhrajikas have been visiting Brazil and Argentina. Dear Swami Smarananji Maharaj has come here, Prabhananji Maharaj has come here, Suhitananji Maharaj has visited. So all these visits has kept alive this interest in Vedanta, Ramakrishna Vedanta movement. So now we have so many centers in Brazil. We have 3 official centers, the main center being Sao Paulo, where we have Swami Atmajnananda, and he is assisted by Swami Jitananji, who is from Brazil, and Swami Tapoyagnananda, who has come just last year from India to assist him. So that's a vibrant center doing a lot of activities apart from the lectures that they have thrice a week. They have service activities. Service activities is like distribution of clothes. We collect garments from people. You see, people who are well-to-do usually put on their garments only for once or maybe twice at the most. They buy costly dresses, but then use it only once, and then they don't want to use them. So we invite these people to donate those garments. It involves a lot of work. So some of the devotees collect all these garments, dresses, and then clean them up properly, and then exhibit them properly on specific days. So it's a bargain sale like. So at a very cheap rate, these garments are displayed for the people to come and select and choose whatever they want. So that's a very good source of publicity also. Poor people, homeless people come there and then choose these garments, which they get good quality at very affordable prices, and it generates a little income for the ashrama also. Apart from this, just before Christmas, we in Sao Paulo, I saw the program last year. So people donate food materials, clothes, toys, reading materials, etc., for the entire family. So, especially toys and sweets for the children who are deprived of the luxuries like the rich people. So, these people are homeless, and the poor who live in the favelas. Slums are called favelas in Brazil. So, these people come and then take these material for Christmas celebration. I was surprised to see that these poor people come in cars to collect the free gifts that are being given. So they are poor considered here, but by Indian standards, they are quite all right, middle, maybe middle class or even a little lower than that. So yeah, the standard of living is a little high than in India here, but they are grateful for getting these things. They come and then take it very thankfully. They are happy to get those materials. So this is one important way in which the devotees involved in doing social work, in trying to help the needy. So that is a wonderful initiative that Swami Nirmalatmaji has encouraged in Sao Paulo. And then distribution of clothes, as I said, is already there. And then we have another beautiful center, Kurushiba, where there is Swami Pragnatmananji, who has also joined last year. So that has also been accepted as an independent center by the Ramakrishna Movement in the Ramakrishna order. And he is also giving lectures, establishing himself. People are accepting him. He is learning the language. So very shortly, he should be able to establish himself very well. So then just last year, again, Rio de Janeiro was also accepted as a center. So long it has been a sub-center of our Sao Paulo Center for more than 60 years. People who were disciples of Vijayananji and others held on and have been coming and then participating in this movement. Lectures, readings were held in small apartments, and then a house was purchased where the center is there now. This house was built in 1865, even when Sri Ramakrishna was alive. So we have this beautiful house in Rio now in one of the most popular areas called Santa Teresa. So it's a very old establishment, but beautiful house. The people who come here admire this house, the construction. It has huge walls, very thick walls, without using any cement. In those days, cement was not available. So it is only mortar, mud, and whale oil. So this is a beautiful house. So we have two floors. The ground floor has the temple, and the top floor has the lecture hall, the meeting place where we can accommodate more than 100 people. So this is the establishment in Rio. And then we have two more centers which are very well to do, which are doing very good. One is in Belo Horizonte and another in Brasilia, the capital, the new capital of Brazil. So both of these are also well established. So we have three official centers and at least three sub-centers which are yet to be affiliated, but which are being guided by Swami Nirmalatmananji. He goes there frequently and then gives talks, meet the devotees. I think the credit of the expansion of the movement in Brazil must go directly to Swami Nirmalatmananji, the way in which he has uh, held on to the people, all the old devotees, brought them together, and then his organizational capacity through which new centers and groups have started. Apart from Brazil and Argentina, there are some groups in Uruguay and Chile and some other parts of Latin America. Swami Nirmalatmanji has visited quite a few of them, and they do have correspondence with him. So slowly, probably, the mission is going to, or the movement is going to spread to other countries in South America also. There is scope for development. And interestingly, what I found out when I came to Brazil, or even before coming to Brazil, you all know that some wonderful incidents have happened with regard to the movement in South America. So I think it would be appropriate to narrate how Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, are doing their work. We are only servants. We are only trying to serve them through our work, when we do whatever we do in the centers when we are posted. So it is Ramakrishna and Mother and Swamiji who are doing their work. They are spreading. It is the power of the avatar, power of the incarnation, you see. So as Swami Vivekananda says, truth does not pay homage to society. Society pays homage to truth. So it is truth, and truth has to spread today or tomorrow. So these beautiful incidents I would like to narrate about how there was a person who had the vision of Holy Mother. You must have read about this person, Antonio Pieri Clat. He was from Cairo in Egypt when he was young. And then when he was a young boy, he was infected by typhoid. And in those days, medicines for typhoid were not available. And the family, the parents thought that this child is going to pass away, it's going to die in a matter of 3 or 4 days. And when it was the 4th day, they thought he's not going to survive anymore. He was down with fever and terribly weak. Typhoid was taking over. And his mother, out of concern, gave him a small picture of Virgin Mary and said, please pray to Mother Mary to protect you, and may you recover by her grace. And she is the only source of strength now. We have no other way to help you. And then she gave this picture, and this young boy, the small boy, was crying to Mother Mary and praying to her. And suddenly he had the vision of a lady dressed in white robes he could not identify. She looked so pure and full of light and all that. She came and then gave him some medicine, juice or something, lemonade or something, and said, you take this and you'll be cured. He felt so calm and peaceful seeing this lady, the vision, and then this lady gave him that lemonade, and this man drank that and soon started recovering. In a matter of days, he was completely normal, fine, but he did not know who this lady was, who she was. And after some time, as he grew and all that, in search of job, and he got a job in Brazil and came and started settling down in Sao Paulo. He was a Christian. And he got married, he had children, and then this incident was practically forgotten in his life. He did not remember it or whatever it is, though he was curious to know who that lady was, who came and helped him, who saved his life. And then suddenly, when he was quite old, one of his cousins by name Samir, he brought him along for a walk one day in Sao Paulo, and they were going in front of the ashram, which is there now. And he said, oh, why don't you just go in and then have a peep into this Ramakrishna Vedanta Centre here? So then the both of them entered the house there in Sao Paulo. And as soon as they entered, there at the entrance on the table was a picture of Holy Mother, Sharda Devi. This man stopped, surprised. Oh, this is the lady who came and saved me when I was a boy in Cairo, in Egypt. She is this lady. Who is this? And then all this. And then he was introduced to Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi. He remained a staunch admirer of Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and all that. But he is no more now. He passed away recently. And then when Smarananandaji Maharaj came here on a visit in 2002, it was incidentally at the same time that this man passed away. Smaranandaji and Nirmalatmaji went to their house to pay their condolences. So anyhow, the other members of the family are not interested, but this man was so deeply interested and connected to Ramakrishna Vivekananda because of the vision of Holy Mother. So this is one inspiring incident with Brazil. There is another much more inspiring incident that has happened in Brazil, very surprisingly. So this man Professor Arlindo Silva. Arlindo Silva, he started an organization called Missao Ramakrishna. You know, it was not connected with the Ramakrishna Mission, but he named it as Missao Ramakrishna. It's a beautiful incident. This professor was sitting outside his house by the swimming pool, probably having his breakfast or doing some reading, and suddenly a figure appeared before him. A strange looking figure with robes and all that came before him and then said, do something for the poor people, orphan people, the children who are not able to get education. He said, what is this person? Who is this person coming and then trying to make me do something for the poor people? Who is he to come and tell me? But then he had some doubts. It was a vision. And then he knew that it's an authentic vision. You know, the person was there with some spiritual power. The way in which he was telling him, he could feel that power. So then he had his spiritual master who was a spiritualist. So he went to him and then asked him, this is the vision that I had. Do you think I should follow what this man has told me? He said, yes, yes, that's a true vision. You must do this work that he has told. So this man collected some 3-4 students from around his neighborhood who are poor, and then started giving them some education and all that. Then again, this person gave him a vision one day and said, no, I'm not happy with what you're doing, not on this small scale. Go into the interiors, try to gather more children. I did not ask you to do it near your home. Go to the interiors and try to gather more children and teach them. So this man again went to his spiritual teacher and then said, see, this man has come again and told me like this. And they said, yes, this is what you have to do. You have to go again into the interiors. So he went to the interiors, and then the place is called Minias Galias in Betim, which is about 50 kilometers, 50 to 60, 80 kilometers from Sao Paulo. He went there, and in 1950, he started the Ramakrishna Mission, Betim. And now, today, it has grown so much. There are more than 400 students who are being fed, who are being looked after, who are being given education in this institution. So this Swami started this institution, and then after a few years, again, there was a crisis. They did not have water, drinking water. So there was scarcity of water, so they could not function. And then there was a time when it was to be closed down because of lack of water and facilities. So, and then again, this man had the vision of this Swami-like person who came and told him, you see, you go to this particular spot. They were trying to dig bore wells and get water, but they were not successful. Then this vision he had the third time, where this person comes and tells him that you go to this particular spot and you'll get water, you will encounter a big rock, but don't stop there, go below, and below the rock, you'll get fresh, good water. And this person obeyed the Swami's orders, and he found such wonderful water, which is sustaining them even now. So who was this person who gave him a vision? 3 times, not once, but 3 times. And interestingly, it is Swami Brahmanandaji. Of all the people, not Swami Vivekananda, not Sri Ramakrishna or Holy Mother, it was Swami Brahmanandaji who gave him vision 3 times and then initiated this movement of service. It is functioning even now. They have a journal which they spread about at least 1 page is dedicated to Ramakrishna Vivekananda Vedanta thought. They have various activities, service activities, through which the children who go through that institution can stand on their feet, learn different trades as carpentry or sewing or various other jobs, and they are able to contribute to the society. So this is another aspect of the movement in the Brazil, in this far off country. So ultimately it is Ramakrishna, Holy Mother, and Vivekananda, and these people who have decided to spread themselves in this part of the world. So all that we can do is only serve and see that this process is a smooth process. Sri Ramakrishna, as you all know, had a vision one day. We find this in the gospel. One day he tells Holy Mother, you see, I had a vision. I was in a far off land. There were people who were white all around me, who were having so great respect for me, whose hearts were white. They had so much respect for me, devotion for me. They were treating me with love. They were serving me with love. So I like them so much. I want to be there. I don't know why I came back. I did not want to come back. You called me back. So this was Sri Ramakrishna's experience. He wanted to be with these people and then help them grow spiritually. So wherever there is some spirituality, wherever there is some longing to realize God, to realize truth, Sri Ramakrishna is there to help them. This is what we learn. So then there is another beautiful sub-center of our Sao Paulo, which is called the Embu Gasu, which is about 50 kilometers from Sao Paulo. There's a beautiful shrine. There is a monk's quarters, women's guest house, a big garden. It's in a natural setting, something similar to Mayavati, though not so uh, at such altitude. It is beautiful natural setting, village area, and then full of forest trees and all that. Very calm, absolutely calm and quiet. So there are occasional retreats that are held there by our Sao Paulo Center. I had the opportunity to attend one retreat when I came to Brazil. It was a beautiful retreat. Devotees come and stay for the whole day practically, and then spend time in listening to talks and reading on Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, and Vedanta. So that is about 50 kilometers from Sao Paulo. It's a beautiful retreat center. And in 1960s, the translation, as I said, had already started. It was not so very good, but most of the books are being redone now. New publications, new editions of the books have come out, which are becoming very popular. In 2013, a journal by the Sao Paulo Center was started, Vedanta Journal, and we have around 400 subscribers now. So the four yogas, the Eternal Companion, which has gone to the third edition, and the life and teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother are already there, and 20 families of Sao Paulo, poor families of Sao Paulo, get every month around 20 to 30 kgs of food material and other necessities which sustains them. So this is another important service activity that is being done by Sao Paulo. Rio Center or Kurushiba Center are just fledgling, and then slowly we have to start such service activities because there are people who need help. So recently there were landslides due to heavy rain in part of Rio, and there was devastation. There were a lot of people who lost their homes and whatever they had. So we gathered some food material, tarpaulins and other things from the devotees, came forward. We collected it in Rio and then distributed it at the Petropolis, the place where this landslide was there. So service is not the main focus. That is a part of the movement here. The main focus is on talks, on meeting people and trying to make them understand the breadth and the universal appeal of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Neo Vedanta thought. So most of the devotees who come here are Christians. You know, the South America, Argentina, Brazil are Christian countries. Even here, you have Catholics, you have Protestants. Christianity is the basic faith here. And then the attendance in the churches on Sundays when they have events is something houseful. People attend, they are deeply devotional, they have deep faith in God. They are very emotional people. They love to talk to people, they love to mix and interact. So it's very easy to make friends with people here. So as soon as you meet people in 5 minutes, they become very close to you. They are very emotional people, much like the Indians, especially the Bengalis. They love to talk and share food and meet. And people even on the roads who are absolutely not known to you, they have a beautiful smile and wish you bon dia, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And then recently I was going for a walk in the road just in front of the ashram. There was a poor lady who was selling some fruits and vegetables on the street corner. And then I saw her and then wished her. And then she said, "Oh God, Jesus, may he take care of you." So this is the attitude, such deep devotion these people have, faith, and there is some amount of disturbance. They don't want to accept everything that the church says. So Vedanta gives them a new light. This acceptance of other religions, cultures, and faiths, and then having a universal outlook that truth is one, God is one, that we approach God through different paths. This is something novel, new for them. This shows them the humanitarian, human aspect of Ramakrishna Vedanta. They are coming to accept this. They love this ideal that we need not be narrow and selfish and try to accept everybody into our fold. This idea is slowly taking ground. So there is deep appreciation for Ramakrishna Vivekananda. And apart from the inspiration that they get from Swamiji by reading his books and the life of Sri Ramakrishna, it is Holy Mother Sharda Devi who inspires them so much. They are able to identify immediately Holy Mother with Mother Mary and Santa Mai. They call her Santa Mai. So they are basically mother worshippers. There is a beautiful shrine here in between Sao Paulo and Rio de Janeiro called Aparecida, where there is a beautiful church of Mother Mary. A very small image. It was supposed to have been found in the ocean, and then that was brought and then established. It's a big church now, big establishment now. People have deep faith in this as she is the guardian angel of Brazil. So Aparecida, so people identify mother sometimes with her as Mother Mary. So Santa Mai, she is called, the saintly mother. So they identify themselves as her children and are deeply devoted. And interestingly, both in Sao Paulo and in Rio, the devotees come every day and then sing in the Arati without even looking into the books. So they have their music group, they take up instruments, play, and then sing the Khandana, Om Hri Mritam, Sarvamangala Mangali so beautifully. And every Monday, Ritujananji Maharaj started Shiva Mahimna Stotra. So they come and sing Shiva Mahimna Stotra on every Monday. So they come for the lectures. They are deeply interested and have no prejudices. They have an open mind. They are willing to accept new ideas, new aspects of religion and spirituality. They are deeply devotional. So in course of time, by the grace of Thakur Mahaswamiji, I think the movement is going to take a bigger shape in South America. There are so many centers coming up now, new Swamis are coming, and so probably by the grace of God, things will be brighter in the future. So I think I've given a bird's eye view of the entire movement in Argentina and Brazil, though I have not had the opportunity to visit all the centers. I've seen pictures, I know about them. Swami Atmajnananda has given me a lot of information about it. Maybe in course of time, he has traveled extensively all over this continent. And maybe in course of time, if God wills, yes, I'll be able to see all these centers and interact with people. So I am thankful to Swami Sarvasthananji for giving me this wonderful opportunity. to express my views about South America, and the devotees of South America convey their warm wishes to all the other devotees from all over the world who are watching this. So the Brazilian devotees, when I told them that there is such a meeting that I have to participate, they were all so thrilled and said, "Oh, so wonderful!" So they are expecting that the other devotees will come to know about Rio and Sao
Yeah.
Paulo. So that is something very exciting for them. They are thrilled, really.